Now, choosing or picking a stock is one of the things that retail investors always want to know, to say, how does one pick or select a stock? And on this channel, ladies and gents, I've done a couple of videos showing you as to how I personally pick a stock. And on today's video, I want to give you more details or give you more other options that you can use to easily analyze a stock and determine if it is a good stock to put your money into or not. But before we get into that, you already know that this video is just an entertainment video and not a professional financial advice video. Now, I already appreciate if you can just hit that likes button if you do enjoy the content that I'll be giving you about how one can select a stock. And otherwise, if you are new, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and click that notification bell so that at least you can get notification from YouTube every time I drop a new content. Otherwise, you already know that part of you choosing a good company has to do with the revenues they generate and the earnings per share. And the earnings per share, of course, is the profitability. Now, you already know that obviously, if you are to choose or looking for a company to invest in, you need to invest in a company that its revenue has been growing or increasing over the years. Of course, you don't want to invest in a company that its revenues has been dropping, or they've been reporting poor revenues year in, year out. Maybe for the past 3 to 5 years, the revenues of that company has not been growing. Of course, you don't want to put your money into that. And if you are to invest in a company that's profitable, of course, you want to see the EPS or the earnings per share also becoming much higher and higher, or positively higher, because it measures the profitability of a company. And the more the company becomes profitable, the more it is a good company to put your money into. Now, of course, profitability and revenues of companies, or most companies, always give us these kind of figures on companies' financial statement or companies' earnings results. So there's no need for you to bash in trying to, of course, you can calculate earnings per share manually. Of course, you can, of course, see the revenues that maybe that the company gives. But in terms of the earnings per share, I've seen a couple of people trying to obviously calculate or trying to struggle or stress calculating the earnings per share. But let me tell you that most companies that are trading in the stock market, they will give you this figure every time they report their financial or give their earnings results. So there's no need for you to struggle and go and try to find what the earnings per share is. They will probably give it to you. But as for the revenue, also the companies always give out the kind of revenues they're expecting, or the revenues that they generate every quarter, every 6 months, or every year, which is one of the things that obviously helps you as an investor when choosing the companies to invest in. Now, one new thing or another thing that over and above these two methods, or these two things that you would basically look at, ladies and gents, that maybe I've not discussed with you on a video, is that obviously you want to choose a company that its fundamentals, current fundamentals, are strong, and its future prospects shows or indicate that obviously the services or the products that they are offering or selling are going to grow, are going to be more. So they are going to sell more products in the future. They are going to sell more revenues. I'll make an example. Say we are talking about NIO, right? How do I analyze NIO, or what makes me like NIO more? Now, obviously, when looking at the current fundamentals, obviously I'm liking the fact that NIO, like, obviously for the past 3 months, they've been delivering over 10,000 vehicles on a month to month, which is something that is really good, meaning that their current fundamentals are good because they are able, or they've managed to deliver 10,000 vehicles for the past 3 months, which is something that they've never done. This is one of the things that shows me that NIO, it's improving and doing well. Now, when going to the future prospects, or when going to the long term, ladies and gents, NIO in September now, they will be opening a new plant. And that plant, they will be producing more cars in that plant. So if NIO is opening a new plant which will be producing more cars starting from now in September, this means that now the car that they're able to produce on a month to month, it's also going to grow. The revenue that obviously they generate each and every quarter is also going to grow. Then that means that, of course, in the near future, I'm expecting NEO's revenue to seriously grow. So the future prospects of NEO are good. I hope I'm clear. So it's now, what are they doing now? Now I'm noticing that, of course, not only has their revenue has been growing each and every quarter, they report earnings, but when you check their deliveries, they've been consistent for the past 3 months when it comes to delivering, of course, vehicles over 10,000. But now there's a new factory that they're opening now in September. Now they'll be able to produce more cars than the cars they're producing now, meaning that now they will be able to generate more revenues. They will be able to get closer to become profitable, because you know, for example, that NEO is not a company that is profitable yet. Let's make another same example with a company that I talk a lot about on the channel, and that is SoFi Technologies. Now, SoFi Technologies, same with NEO, their revenue has been growing each and every quarter, every time they report their earnings. And of course, one of the things that lately has been seriously boosting their revenues regarding of the student loan repayment halt is, of course, their banking charter. SoFi in January, you know by now that obviously they announced that they just received their banking charter, which is obviously making them generate some good revenues. But over and above that, what makes me to be bullish when I look to the future prospects is one thing. You know that SoFi Technologies, ladies and gents, one of its core business is student loan refinancing, and the student loan refinance, which is one of the, like I said, core businesses. And this business has not been doing well because during the pandemic, or at the start of the pandemic, what the US government did, they paused all student loan repayments, meaning that all the private lenders, including SoFi, they were not getting loan repayments on student loans due to the fact that the government, or the US government, announced that all the consumers that are owing student loans must stop paying. Now, ladies and gents, 2 weeks ago we read wonderful news of saying that it looks like student loan repayment, it is coming back next year. So from January of 2023, consumers will be paying their student loans to private lenders, including SoFi. This alone in itself is good future prospect. This alone, it is a good thing, because this will mean that SoFi will be able to seriously report good earnings. SoFi Technologies will seriously report good revenue, or generate good revenues, because SoFi Technologies has already indicated, like for instance, in the Q1 of this year, that obviously due to the student loan repayment halts, they were losing around $25 million on each and every quarter they report their earnings, which is something that is good to know, that of course when student loan resume on January, SoFi will be generating more revenue. Now, another thing, or another good thing about SoFi is that SoFi, ladies and gents, has been seeing members each and every quarter. A lot of membership coming in to SoFi. I mean, in their Q2 earnings, we saw 400,000 new members coming and join SoFi Technologies. And guess how SoFi Technologies makes money? It makes money through consumers. It makes money through the people that join SoFi, because SoFi is a bank, so banks make money through consumers, either by loan. But with SoFi, it's different from other traditional banks, because SoFi offers the kind of services that you would not find in other traditional banks, because you can save, trade, borrow, invest, and spend, which is something that you can find in traditional banks. So before I make this video to become a SoFi video or a NEO video, I just want to show you some of the things why, or that makes me to pick, or to always sort of like, maybe when I have money in, I prioritize these two stocks, because I see that not only are they doing well in terms of revenue generation currently, but it looks like even in the future these companies can still do very well. This company can still perform much better than what they are doing now, which is why I remain bullish and strong on these two companies. So yes, you can check the revenues, how has the revenue been in terms of growth for the past years. You can check the earnings per share and check if it's not a company that is profitable, how close are they getting to becoming profitable? Are they getting closer and closer every time they report their earnings? And what are the chances that they will be profitable? And when exactly do analysts expect the company and to be profitable? And also the company, when does it expect to become profitable if it's not profitable? But for profitable companies, is the profitability positively increasing? If it is doing so, then chances are high that that is the company that you need to put your money into. Otherwise, with all that, guys, one of the reasons why I decided to do this quick video, I received a question from Facebook from someone who was asking me, how do I begin to select these stocks? And but I hope with this kind of information I shared with you on this video makes me, or will make you understand why I choose, or how I choose the company where I will then put my money into. Otherwise, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, comment and subscribe. And once you subscribe, don't forget to hit or click the notification bell so that at least you get notification from YouTube every time I drop a new content. Otherwise, that's all from me, and I wish you nothing but the best in your stock market investing journey, and God bless you all.